Hey everybody, Southside here. Hopefully you've all been doing well. We've been in a week break from the BPL, and I hope that you've all been enjoying the content that we've been providing in the stream so far. I don't usually upload videos like this. The last time I uploaded a video was to basically notify and just explain the upcoming BPL matches because I was unable to do coverage, and unfortunately it'll have to repeat again for this week. The upcoming BPL quarterfinals, the first quarterfinals match between Team Leisureland and Team Game Panic. I unfortunately will not be able to cover it live. So, um, as I did with the match before, as I did with the match day before that I was unable to cover, I elected to just decide to cover the match before the live stream happens, just so people have a general idea of basically what to expect. So, let's probably just start into it. All right, transitioning to the stream layout, and this is something you're probably more accustomed to see. But yeah, so excuse the chat. It's completely blank. There is no chat here. But yeah, this is gonna be the first quarterfinals match, but for in the BPL, it's gonna be a much longer match compared to the because in the regular stage it was only basically three sorts of matches, which was first it will start with the mega mix battle. The second is that the second match will be a tag battle between two players from each team, and the last battle will be it'll be an individual battle. It'll be an individual battle with a BPL sight read song in the end. So yeah, I'm going to. This is gonna be a much more different format, and this is gonna be the first quarterfinals match between Team Leisureland and Team Game Panic. We've seen this match last week. This is actually a rematch. Funny enough, the point totals in the interleague matches have sort of culminated in the point where they tied. So, but Leisureland was in the top seed of the right league after a very dominant sweep of the entire group, and Game Panic were fourth in the L League. Unfortunately, they couldn't piece together a single win, which ended up doing them in. So yeah, they met each other in the interleagues, and because of the heroics of Game Panic CH or Kaneko, they have basically survived. They basically survived the battle, and because the other two teams, because there are two teams who lost by a sizable margin, which was round one and Supernova Tohoku. Those teams were eliminated. So those and the other teams which lost, which were I believe it was Taito Station Treads and yeah, Taito Station Treads and jeez, I forgot the other one. But yeah, irregardless, basically round one and Supernova Tohoku are out of the BPL right now. So we're gonna go to the first quarterfinals match because because these teams tied, they were seeded fourth and fifth respectively. So they'll be facing each other, and then the week after that it'll be the third team. The third team will be facing off against the sixth team, which was Silcat and Trans, which is basically another rematch of the interleagues. Well, we'll probably start with the coverage here. As I said, the match format is very different. Legion and Game Panic. One more thing to note though. Leisureland are at an extreme. Well, not extreme, but quite the disadvantage. I would say they are down a man, very similar to the case of Murakami from Taito Station Trans. But 24KW or Kawachan is out sick during this match. So unfortunately, this is gonna be a 2v3 match. Leisureland will only have Pickle Tex and Penta. Meanwhile, Game Panic will have their full team of Kaneko, Chia, and Kainaru, which is gonna be, which is even though they didn't place very well, the fact that they have Kaneko, the fact that they have Chia, and Kainaru is just a solid player all around too. This is not gonna be good for Leisureland. So this is a quite an uphill battle. They went from basically like the top of the group to basically potentially they might be eliminated in this quarterfinals, but we are hoping that that's not the case. So we're just gonna probably just cover like we're gonna like cover like these matches. So it's gonna start with okay. So This is the difference. So it's gonna start with a single battle between level 17 Tsumami or 17 Knobs between Picotex and Chia. Picotex is one of the most consistent S crit players around, so stuff like this, individual battle like this should probably be his forte. And they're gonna be facing off in two knob heavy 17s, but those knob heavy songs are those knob heavy songs don't have a lot of like buttons which carry a lot of variance. They're probably hoping to pick song picks that can just mess up, like just really really weird knob songs that they can pick. So they're probably more factoring of to either the other player like dropping their knobs or something like that. Chia has shown that he's a pretty good like knob player though. Like in the match between Game Panic and Gigo, uh, Chia sight readed Murasame against Depu and came out on top. Though it could, but yeah, knobs is such an unpredictable category. You might just drop a laser. You might just completely miss it just by turning around, because there's a lot of very weird 17s in the pool, and I think the pool of songs have been updated. So hopefully, so this is gonna be the first match. Gonna be worth about 4 points, I believe, or two. Oh, it's gonna be worth 2 points, one each, 1 point each. So they're gonna go into the mega mix between Penta versus Kainaru. Mega mix 17 to 18. So there's gonna be two mega mix matches, and this is gonna be the first mega mix match. Penta has shown his mettle in the mega mix. In the mega mix matches, and Kainaru unfortunately was in matches where he really couldn't stand too much of a chance. He faced off Kawachan in the interleague match between Leisureland and Game Panic, and he unfortunately couldn't gain too much ground. Not to count him out though, but Penta has been basically the mega mix specialist for Team Leisureland, so it's gonna be very interesting. This is gonna be very interesting to see if he can continue maintaining that Megamix medal, so to speak. Now we're gonna go to the second match. It's the third match actually. This is gonna be a kind of a different match, which is gonna be an 18 tag battle. Before it was only a 17 tag battle, so now they're gonna pick from a pool of 18s and in the peak category. So of course only two men in the team, so it's gonna be Picotex and Penta will be facing off against Kaneko and Chia, which is a very scary opponent indeed. But something to note too is that Picotex is absolutely fearsome and consistent in escritting, and even though Kaneko is Kaneko, one of the most like sought after players in the entire like Sound Voltex tourney, BPL tourney so far, he does have a bit of a consistency problem when it comes to competitive matches, because there are times where, because the BPL, other than the previous match between Leisureland, unfortunately Game Panic has come down short of the stick, and Kaneko making some mistakes and dropping some points have unfortunately caused that unfortunate record too. And Kaneko also has some bad luck in the other competitive tourney he joined, which was the 10th KAC. What people were expecting him to do very well, but he didn't manage to make it to the semis, I believe. So yeah, this is gonna be an interesting thing to see. Chia has shown that he's quite good too, and Penta's probably kind of the big Q, I guess. Like, is he gonna be able to show up in this match? It's gonna be very very important, of course, because I believe this tag battle cost will gain 2 points per song, so this is gonna be a pretty important point spread too. And then we're gonna go to the second mega mix, which is pretty interesting because it seems like Game Panic has elected to keep Kainaru to do both of the mega mixes for them. And because I don't think you can use this, and I guess they wanted to gain more points here. They've gained points from via Megamix 2. They have sent over Picotex. So this is going to be 18 to 19 level Megamix from Picotex Kainaru. This is going to be an interesting kind of thing because we've only seen level 17 and level 18 Megamix battles, and level 18 to 19 is a completely different ball field. There's a lot of very extremely difficult level 19s, as you saw in the previous Megamix battles, players just tend to pick like the most annoying, most forgive the impolite term asshole-ish kind of charts. Like we've constantly seen time travel, beachside bunny, and videos very very odd charts like. So yeah, I remember. I think it was Junkie Flavor was picked a few times too, and this is gonna be something to see too because there's a lot of very very difficult 19s. Off the top of my head, there's just stuff like maybe we'll see like well, there's no licenses, I guess. Well, there's stuff like Ganymede. There's stuff like God, they're just not coming into my head. But trust me when I say there's so many stupid 19s all around, like maybe Redshift like an ignition or something like that. But the point is that this is gonna be an interesting battle to watch. The gaps in the Megamix are definitely the gaps in these battles are gonna definitely be a lot bigger, and Pickltex is an extremely accomplished player, like I said, and Kainaru will definitely need like to fight for his best. And then we're gonna come down to the final match, which is the 18 to 19 note single battle. So they're gonna have a pool. So it's just like the previous single battles, but they're gonna have to pick between pools of 18 to 19 in the notes category. Just so basically just the same, just up a bit. And the big thing is that there's gonna be a 19 revealed in this match. There's gonna be a new level 19 revealed in this match in the notes category, and the match is gonna be a rematch of the singles match in the interleagues, which is Penta versus Kaneko. Kaneko quite handily beat Penta in this match and previously, and because Kaneko is just such a different caliber of player, I actually don't foresee Penta being able to take a match unless the side read really is something that Kaneko is unable to do. Of course, yeah. This match will be worth 7 points, and I feel like it's gonna be the biggest factor to Leisureland either, just surviving or like losing, just outright losing, because Kaneko is the big guns and Penta is not really big guns, but this is gonna Penta is the third draft, and I believe he has the lowest VF in Team Leisureland. Not to count him out completely though, because the sight read section is completely different, but this is the thing where you have to definitely consider that he's might be in a big disadvantage, and it's because of this match that I'm kind of worried about Leisureland's future. They went from such a dominant 3-0 victory in their group, and unfortunately now they're just in a position where they might just potentially lose it all because Kawachan is missing, and Kawachan actually has like the 100% win rate, I think. After Daiki lost, it was him and Daiki, but then Daiki lost the sight read to Potesatsu in the match against round one. But it really is unfortunate that Kawachan had to get sick during this match. But hopefully Leisureland has some. Hopefully what Leisureland had in plan in this match is paid off, and they can survive. And on the other side, of course, this is a huge opportunity for Game Panic, and if they can secure enough points in the front matches, I would say that if they can secure a lot more points in the front matches, I would say that they pretty much have their tickets to the semifinals stamped. But again, we can't really ever tell with these kind of matches. So yeah, that's just kind of like the long and short of it. Leisureland versus Game Panic. I thought that Leisureland would have the competitive edge for this match, but then Kawachan got sick, and this is gonna be something that's very very different. So I do feel like Game Panic is gonna be the one prevailing here, but fingers crossed for the match day itself, which is gonna be happening on the 8th. So by the time you probably see this, it should be the next day. Alright, so I guess we can probably start to conclude. I've moved over to this camera view, but yeah, again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much if you've been supporting the BPL streams and everything. I genuinely appreciate that so many people are just still electing to come watch BPL through us instead of the official streams. I'm really regret. I really am like sad that I couldn't cover the. I really sad that I couldn't cover this match because the match between Silcan and Trans that's happening on the 15th of February. I will unfortunately have to like also be juggling a few things, so I don't think I'll be able to give my all in the commentary. But and this was supposed to be a free week, but then all of a sudden just have to visit, having to visit family all of a sudden is just came out of nowhere. So, but yeah, irregardless, thank you so much, and I hope if you've seen this and you've watched all the way to here that you will enjoy the match and the site read 90 will be something interesting. Hopefully it's gonna be a new artist. New artist on the 90 would be really cool. So yeah. Anyways, I think I'm just kind of incessantly rambling now. So again, thank you so much, and I'll see you probably in the Silcat and Trans match coming on the 15th of February. That's probably gonna be live. So yeah. Thank you so much. I hope you stay safe. Take care. Thank you.